1961, and a star field goal kicker for the New York Giants hung up his cleats and fixed his eye on a new career. Pat Summerall really was a pioneer. He was one of the first athletes to make that transition from active player to the announcer's booth. And today, as he observes his silver anniversary behind the microphone, we salute Pat's long career, both on and off the field.
In fair weather or foul, Pat Summerall's timely kicks made him Mr. Clutch for the Giants. His era was the 50s, when the NFL was struggling for recognition in the shadow of college football. He played in the 1958 sudden death championship game against the Baltimore Colts, the one that propelled pro football into the big time forever. Then, when his kicking days were over, he put his vocal cords to work, teaming up with Chris Schenkel at CBS.
He just moved from the field into the booth with a great deal of preparation. And it was obvious to me early in our association that he was going to be extremely good.
Pat was good enough to be given plenty of work on WCBS radio, as a sideline reporter at college games, along with his weekly assignments at NFL games. But he hit his stride in 1970 when he was paired with a former opponent, Tom Brookshire. Pat and Brookie clicked as a team from the start.
Can do a good job.
Right. And they brought a light, irreverent touch to their work. Here's one of their vaudeville skits outside the Redskin locker room prior to the start of a game.
That's what they say, let's see if I can find out. This is the Redskin dressing room.
Yes, what is it?
Hi, I'm Pat Summerall. Is Coach Allen here?
You're not Pat Summerall. I know him, and you're not Summerall.
Well, yes, I am, too.
We knew the game, and we didn't take ourselves very seriously, and maybe we were just right for that time. I guess everybody has sort of a moment in time, and the late 70s was certainly ours.
But the 80s put Summerall head-to-head with a new partner, John Madden, and they proved to be another winner in the booth.
He can say more in a few words than the rest of us can say in paragraphs.
Dexter Clinksdale could go, should go, will go.
The laid-back style, Pat's trademark. And his colleagues had a few choice words to say about it.
People ask me about Pat Summerall, and I say that he is smooth, cool as the other side of the pillow.
He's the ideal announcer. He gives you the information, and you draw your own opinions and conclusions. But every now and then he sneaks one in there and hits you between the eyes with it.
Pat Summerall in the broadcast business, in the sports broadcast business, is a Hall of Famer. That's what we're talking about here.
Pat, a lot of memories for us. I know you're getting ready for the Rams and the 49ers out there in Anaheim. Does any one particular game stand out in your memory as an announcer?
I can't really say that any one game stands out, Brent. I suppose all the people that I've met over the years and been associated with would be the high point of the broadcasting career. Of course, signing with CBS remains the high point of all of it. I guess one game, if I had to pick it out, I'd pick out probably the Dallas-Denver Super Bowl that I did with Tom Brookshire, because his voice failed about midway through the first quarter, and I had to carry most of the load. I don't know that that was the best broadcast I did. It was one of the toughest, and that one stands out in my mind.
Pat, listen, congratulations. You have been a class act all the way.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I'm very grateful.
And Will McDonough, I know that you remember Pat.
I remember him well. I was on the right side of that field goal, Brent. That's what I'm going to tell you.
Terry Bradshaw, Pat Summerall, did your last Super Bowl triumph.
Got to be one of the greatest thrills in his entire life.
All right, let's send you back to the stadium and the game you're enjoying on CBS.
Halftime at the Silverdome. It's Dallas 17, Detroit nothing at halftime. Wow, the Cowboys came to play. CBS Sports coverage of the NFL football will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
College football is here, and no team has more experience than the one at CBS Sports. Next Saturday, meet the Great Irish Hope. But if Lou Holtz is to reignite the glory days of Notre Dame, he must first contain a Michigan State team sparked by the explosive Lorenzo White. And in 2 weeks, they're the defending national champions, whose defense is led by Heisman hopeful Brian Bosworth. But the Oklahoma Sooners must crown the awesome aerial attack of Benny Testaverde and the Miami Hurricanes. It all starts next Saturday on CBS Sports.
This is CBS.
Once upon a time, there was a princess.
Gwendolyn.
And the real prince of a guy in a Suzuki Samurai.
Nice, but I like the athletic type.
So he zipped to his Suzuki dealer and zipped back with a ride.
And I like the sports type a lot.
And sporty she got.
What about the rugged look?
Off-road gear was all that took. Then again, thought Gwen.
Bye-bye.
Too late. The prince drove off happily ever after.
Oh, Pooh.
Larry Hodge always dreamed about getting to the Super Bowl. Well, when GTE supplied the telecommunication systems for Super Bowl 20, Larry got his chance. In just 30 days, he and his team of installers laid 9 miles of cable, designed and installed dozens of telecommunication systems, and over 1,100 different lines, which explains why Larry's team will make it to the Super Bowl again this year. GTE, quality service from quality people.
I've got a total look. Things are on the move. What I see, I like, and it feels so right. Things are on the move.
It happens just twice a year. Foley's Men's Wardrobe Sale. Save on suits, sports coats, and slacks. Buy 2 outfits, save $100. Buy 3, save even more. Save on shirts and ties. Buy 3, get another free. Save on shoes. The Men's Wardrobe Sale.
Some cuts.
Steve Mark with the Weekend Sports on 11 News.
Welcome back to New York, everybody. I'm Brett Musburger, along with Will McDonough and Terry Bradshaw. And, Will, nothing like a good shot of Herschel Walker to bring back America's team.
Well, listen, he's done well for them catching the ball especially, but he did it in the United States Football League. They used to send him in motion and throw him the quick outs, and he's shown he can catch the ball.
Terry, is it difficult to switch from running back to wide receiver like that?
No, because they knew Dorsett would be running the football, and they probably have sent Herschel in that offensive formation all the time and thrown to him a lot in practice.
All right, they have gone to the half. They lead it by 17. It was that turnover, of course, that fumble by Jones that set up the Cowboys' first touchdown of that game. Giants and San Diego. Giants led this one by 10. Now 29 yards. Fouts to Gary Anderson. The Chargers are on the board. Raiders and the Redskins. And it's a tough defensive game in RFK. A field goal apiece in that one. New Orleans all over Green Bay. It is 24-3. A very impressive performance so far by Jim Moore's team. And you know, Forrest Gregg has just not been able to bring the pack back. 3 intercepted passes. And Will McDonough, what are the Packers going to do for a quarterback?
Well, I think what they're going to do, Brent, is go down to Houston and say, let us have Jim Everett. I do know both teams were talking last week. Everett was the first-round choice of the Oilers. He hasn't signed yet, and the Pack would love to have him.
All right, Randy Wright started. Vince Ferragamo came in. 2 more interceptions. Now Wright's back in the game. Cleveland and Houston. The Oilers lead at 7-3. Mike Munchak recovers a fumble for the touchdown in that game. Cincinnati over Buffalo. The big combination here is Esiason and Eddie Brown. 2 touchdowns in that game, 35 yards and 17 yards. St. Louis and Atlanta. John Lee misses an extra point. 17-13. The Falcons with the lead. And the big surprise, it is happening, at least so far, in Soldier Field. Would you like to hear Mike Ditka? Oh, has he got something to say to the Bears? Trailing the Eagles by 3. Mike Tomczak replaces the injured Jim McMahon. First 5 passes, 2 interceptions. That one by Alonzo Johnson set up a McFadden field goal, and McMahon's wondering. An emergency might happen. Now, here comes the Fridge. He's loose, beats his block. Chow says he got my face mask, but they didn't call it. And Buddy Who, indeed. They won't be saying Buddy Who if this holds up. For Walter Payton, still another milestone in that great career. He has now rushed for more than 15,000 yards. The referee hands him the football. Another trophy for the great one. And for Tomczak, another frustrating pass. Waters in the end zone. Oh, watch this now. Watch the Fridge. Forget the football on this pass. Here comes the Fridge, and Byers, eager rookie to impress the coaches. He throws a lick, and the Fridge is going, come on, let's go right here. Hey, Will, they may find Perry again.
Well, listen, he got tagged enough last week. $2,800, $2,000 for when he body slammed Lomax in the preseason game, and another $800 for being in the fight.
All right, let's go on back to the stadium, man. We have got Mr. Brookshire and Mr. Vermeil, and you've got a good one with the Cowboys. Take it away, Brookie.
All right, thank you, Brandon. We want to add, of course, our congratulations to Patrick, the Gray Fox, for 25 years of great broadcasting, and it's been fun working with these people, and either the Dallas network that has watched Pat Summerall do a lot of Cowboy football games, but I don't know if I've ever seen the Cowboys roll into a halftime lead any easier than they did today. The 17-0, they just sort of stuffed them.
They're taking advantage first of the turnovers, of course, which always hurts a football team. But you can see they're a more determined football team the second game of the year than they were last year. We see Dorsett after the fumble recovery taking a nice short run in. You know, it's a short field when you take one in from this distance. Dorsett to the left side of your screen, number 33, getting nice blocking out there by Newsome, nice blocking by Doug Cosby, number 84. He walks in right there.
And that was following a fumble recovery. Right. So the turnover led to that first touchdown for Dallas this afternoon.
This was the unique one, Tom. Watch fans, the punter's left foot. He trips on the AstroTurf. He reaches 1 step, 2 step. He drags his left foot right there, and he catches it right there and goes down trying to punt the football. Therefore, another turnover for Dallas Cowboys.
And that led to a 26-yard field goal by Rafael Septien after the Cowboys had called timeout to get the time, and after Newsome had caught a 15-yard pass because the Detroit linebackers were sort of hugging the line of scrimmage. What does Detroit have to do to get back in this without turning it into a rout by being silly?
Well, first off, they have to maintain the discipline and their concentration, you know, and go out there and not make the same mistakes in terms of turning the football over. They've got to get the ball moving efficiently on first down. They're not getting out of the running game in first down, so they've got to throw the ball efficiently against that real tough run defense.
And they've had real bad field position really for the most part, haven't they?
Right. They've been down there. Dallas has done a good job playing defense.
Okay, get ready for the second half. It's Dallas 17, Detroit nothing. These people are crying for it. Let's go.
Yeah, I know I need life insurance, but I hate spending money on something I hope I'll never use and won't be around to enjoy if it ever is used.
Leave it to the good hands, people.
Allstate has life insurance that pays you for living. Allstate Universal Life. It protects your family if you die, and it can provide competitive earnings for your retirement.
So, my family's set if I'm gone, and I'm in the money if I stick around. I think I'll stick around.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
A member of the Sears Financial Network.
If only things lasted longer. If only their warranties lasted longer. If only you had bought them with the American Express card. Because from now until December 31st, we will extend the free repair period of the manufacturer's warranty. In fact, we'll double it, up to an extra year. American Express introduces buyer's assurance. Now, if something breaks, it won't break you. But only if you use the American Express card. Apply now.
Listen, I've been thinking about what we were talking about. Let's do it, Dad.
That's terrific. Steve Rogers just learned that the business he's been growing for years is about to grow some more. And he's using the one Yellow Pages that's helped him grow to tell the world about it.
Listen, John, change my Yellow Pages ad to Rogers and Son.
The one and only Southwestern Bell Yellow Pages. It's the best partner a business ever had.
This summer, people have been drinking ice-cold Gatorade Thirst Quencher more than ever. So much more that Gatorade people have trouble keeping bottles on the shelf. But that doesn't mean there isn't any Gatorade. Because Gatorade is an instant powder, too. One canister makes 8 full quarts of ice-cold, refreshing Gatorade. And it also comes in 12-ounce cans. So if you can't find a bottle,
Gatorade is thirst aid.
Grab a canister or can.
For that deep-down body thirst. Ah.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Today's Chevrolet, who invites you to live the style, performance, and fun of Chevrolet in '86. And by Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. And by National Car Rental. You deserve national attention. Rushing yards. Last week at this time in the Minnesota game, the Lions had 224 yards. Of course, that was the final stat for the day, pardon me. Today, so far, only 17 yards on 11 rushes.
They're going to have to pick that up. But, you know, Tom, the other thing they haven't done is they haven't converted on third down. They're 0 for 5 on third down, and you can't stay on the field unless you convert on third down.
And the field position for the Lions, absolutely deplorable. Septien starts the second half. Hunter and Bland waiting for it. This is going to be Herman Hunter a yard deep in the end zone. Hunter is almost tripped up and is finally smothered under at the 15-yard line. Good coverage by the special teams for Dallas. Victor Scott down quickly under that.
Look at that, Tom. They haven't moved the ball. Fumble, fumble, punt, punt, fumble, punt. And they combine the stat.
Joe Ferguson is in, a veteran of 14 seasons out of Arkansas, went to Buffalo. One of the all-time throwers, and Hipple will watch at least for a while.
Hipple will do the signaling of the plays to Ferguson. Ferguson throws the ball, Tom, about as well as I ever have seen a quarterback throw the ball in the practice field.
Joe Ferguson's first call on 1st and 10. It's a play-action pass. Screen in the side. And Jones drops the ball at the 16.
James Jones did not practice all week because he had the flu. Joe Ferguson missed a couple days with the flu. That takes a lot out of your preparation for a football game.
This guy's an old gun hand, though. I used to think when he would take Buffalo and Chuck Knox's teams into the playoffs that he could play hurt. He was tough. He was not a rag arm. He's got a good, strong delivery.
If he has a knock against him, they'd say he throws a few too many interceptions over his career.
Second down and 10. Ferguson in. The I formation behind him is Jones and James. Dallas looks like they're coming. They do. The blitz is on. Ferguson throws it to James, and he drops it. Not an easy catch, however.
You're going to see on this Enzo replay, Eugene Lockhart, number 56, in the middle of your screen, dogging the center block to one side. The running back, Jones, tried to pick him up, could not get there. Here comes also Ed Too Tall Jones, number 22. Good job of dogging by Eugene Lockhart.
To me, like Dallas, maybe that's starting a week early and playing the Bears over in England, the 0-5 record. Maybe all that action helped this team.
Maybe, Doug.
They're prepared. Third down and 10. Ferguson's got to be careful. Good strike to Chadwick, and it's dropped. Ferguson is 0 for 3, and he hit all 3 receivers.
You know, I'm surprised they weren't in the shotgun that time. If there is an advantage in terms of the shotgun, you use it against Dallas because of the tall people that they use as rushers, and you're back further when you get the ball, Tom. At that time, they were not in the shotgun.
Now, Mike Black, who had the unfortunate thing with his left foot catching, will have to kick from about the 2-yard line. What do you do with your next kick after that?
He will go ahead and punt it efficiently, I believe, because, like I said, I don't believe he's a choke artist.
Levette is back waiting. It's an average kick, I'll tell you that. It hits at the 47. Levette has it at the 44-yard line of Dallas. Good coverage. No return, and the punt was well covered by the Lions.
Good punt coverage.
James Johnson on the tackle for Detroit.
Don't forget, following this game, that great rivalry on the West Coast, San Francisco and the Rams. Each won last week. Great coaches, Johnny Robinson and, of course, Bill Walsh. Montana won't play, but Kemp will. Dickerson will show up for the Rams.
And if you look at Bill Walsh as an offensive football coach as well as the head coach, when he didn't play Montana, they still found a way to win.
Yeah, Kavanaugh won game that year against the Eagles when they went 15-1. First and 10 call. I formation for the Cowboys and Danny White. Play action. This is Tony Hill. Somehow glides to the 41-yard line of Detroit. Mitchell.
That play action throws the linebackers, then they just throw the little hitch and make him now a running back. Just getting the ball quickly and let him make these people miss for the first down.
And, you know, he's a glider. He never hurries anything, and if you go up in a hurry trying to tackle him, he'll sort of scrape off of you and make extra yardage. A 16-yarder for Thrill Hill, number 80. Yeah, Dorsett wasn't going to play. He's played the whole game. Amazing how fast they recuperate on Sunday. First and 10. Misdirection handoff to Dorsett. He's got a hole. Dorsett tries to run over the defensive back at the 35. McNorton.
Here's what Dorsett is so good at, fans. Starting in one direction. Now watch him set. Little counter action. Let the lineman come around on their blocking. Now look at drop his center of gravity. Now watch him do it once again. See him move, break back against the grain. He does that as well as about any fullback or running back, rather, in the National Football League.
And Posteric, the big left tackle, came all the way over for that trap play block for it.
Did a nice job.
43 yards for Tony D. He has never had 100 against the Detroit Lions. Second down 3. Play action to Tony Hill. Hill somehow slithers to the 23.5-yard line.
Tom, that was a quick screen pass. That time they were trying to get big Posteric at 6'9" out in front of Tony Hill. Now, fans, watch the fake inside to freeze the defenders. Now you're going to follow the offensive line to the right of your screen. See them running along out there. Posteric is trying to get out there. You'll see him appear late to get a block, number 75. Just couldn't get there fast enough. Good defense by Bobby Watkins, number 27.
11-yard gain as Danny White plays cat and mouse with those linebackers, and the coverage is by Detroit. Hill has 5 catches. First and 10 call. Tony Dorsett. If he got a yard, He will be at 11,000 yards. Let's see if he made a yard. Angelo King, former Cowboy, tackled him.
Mr. Dorsett, when he gets that 14,000-yard mark, Tom, he'll have run the football running and receiving yards for 8 miles in the National Football League in his career. That puts it in perspective, does it not?
It does. 1 more yard. There was no gain on that. We better get a headset and tell Tony he's got to run for that 1 yard quickly. Second down and 10. Ball's on the Detroit 24. Danny White, Wangle screening. Now he's going to punt it in. Eric Williams with the interception. Danny White should never have thrown that one.
What you're going to see here is the quarterback, as he drops back, fake the ball one way. Now watch him fake the ball one way, faking a pass. Now he comes back and he fakes the screen. Now he wants to run a check down pass. He does not see Eric Williams, number 76, moving off the nose guard. He was trying to get the ball to Doug Cosby, and very seldom do you ever see a nose guard move into pass defense. He was trying a wide stunt. Here he comes around, a wide stunt, and it ended up in the passing lane.
He's batted down 2 balls today and had his first career interception. What a day for Williams. First and 10, Ferguson, the quarterback, number 12, on play action. He's got some time this time. Chadwick's open. Incomplete.
Doesn't he throw the ball effortlessly? I mean, it just looks so easy for him to flip that ball 50, 60 yards.
Of course, he doesn't hit the receiver sometimes.
Well,
a little bit wide that time.
Yeah, that's for sure.
There's Eric Williams. He just spent the whole summer over on the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, and I wonder how he and those Aussies got along.
I asked him if he went hunting. He said, yes, girl hunting.
Pretty honest fella, isn't he?
Yes. Right to the point.
282 pounds of honesty. Second down and 10. Good throw by Ferguson. He just missed Chadwick, who was running the corner. 2 interceptions for Danny White. Ferguson gets some time, and Jones has it short of a first down. About the 34-yard line, Hegman made sure that Jones was out.
Nice guy. That was a design rollout by the quarterback. Now, he was not flushed out of the pocket. That was a design play, blocked accordingly.
You know, he's 6'1", 196 pounds, and with the people the size of him today, he looks like a midget.
I know it.
He really looks like somebody that's undersized, and he's taller than the normal man in America. Third down, and call it 2 yards. Detroit needs to get some offense humming. Ferguson's call. It's a rollout sprint pass, and he's rushed. I started to say intercepted by Bates, and it was too easy. A lot of pressure on Ferguson.
Joe threw this ball under extreme duress. He's coming out again on a rollout. Gary James, number 32, protecting. Here comes too tall, inside out. Number 72 had to throw it over that 6'8" guy. That's tough to do. Tough to make a living in this league under that kind of situation.
And of course, we didn't see it, but Peg Leg Bates, we call him, the mad hitter for Dallas, simply put the ball in the ground and missed catching it. Mike Black is back for another punt. Lovett is back for another return. This is the 5th punt for Mike Black. Pretty fair kick. Lovett at the 29-yard line. Lovett makes the corner. Good run back right into the Dallas bench to the 42-yard line by Lovett. The rambling wreck from Georgia Tech. Dallas 17, Detroit nothing.
Keep on glory flying, you make America work, and this but's for you.
Budweiser salutes all the men and women in uniform who proudly serve this great country.
This but's for you.
For just a minute, we'd like to interrupt the serious work being done on IBM personal computers to announce a birthday. Ours. It's the 5th birthday of our expanding family of IBM personal computers.
We'd like to thank all the people who have bought over 3 million of them, and to invite a few million more people to visit an authorized IBM dealer or call their IBM representative and join the celebration.
Every Monday through Friday, Mike Horner drives his Chevy S10 4x4 to work.
Hi, Mike.
But on Friday, November 9th, Mike made a different kind of commute. The Baja 1000, North America's most punishing off-road race. Could an everyday Chevy S10 survive? It not only survived, it won its class. Nothing works like a Chevy truck.
And now, the big one. Get 2.9% financing or up to $750 cash rebates on most new 86 Chevy trucks.
The Silver Dome. And joining us in the booth up here right now was Billy Sims. Billy's going to crowd in here real fast just so we can get a shot of the greatest rusher of all time for the Detroit Lions. Billy, what'd you think about your friend James getting 174 yards last week against Minnesota?
I told them, we keep that pace up, they won't miss me at all.
They'll miss you. They'll always miss you.
Hey, you're dressing better, I'll tell you that. Oh,
we'll get you in this business pretty quick. We'll put you to work fast.
Okay.
Nice to see you, Billy Sims. We go back to live action. Dorsett getting a toss, gets to the 45-yard line. And I am notified that I was in error, that he needed 101 yards for 11,000. So before we carry Tony D off with 11,000 yards,
give me the award.
Quite a guy, though, for last Tuesday when he wasn't going to be able to ever walk and talk again.
Well, you were down there visiting with him.
That day, he said, you know, I don't miss many games, only 3 all the time I've been with the Cowboys have I missed. And this is 93 in a row he has started. 2nd down, 7. Misdirection, inside handoff. Dorsett finds a little hole, gets to midfield. Somehow he found the crack in there. Maxwell making another tackle.
If you can direct your attention to the center of your screen, the offensive center, number 64, Rafferty, does a nice job of turning the nose guard, allowing that little hole to appear to the left side of the center. Good job, Tom Rafferty.
And it's 3rd and short. The great call for quarterbacks and offensive coordinators. 3rd and a couple. You can almost open the book up. Rafferty is the center. He hasn't missed a Cowboy game either. It's a pass on 3rd and short. First down to Cosby. The flags are down. Cosby gets to the Detroit 40. It was back in the secondary area, so McCarter will tell us.
I think they're calling Cosby for ricocheting off the defender, sort of shoving off. Let's see. Hello, Paul. Will you please call a touchdown pass for me?
Let's see what McCarter's offensive pass interference. Number 84, we read lips. Doug Cosby.
Let's take a look at it, Tom, and see if we can make the call. To the right of the screen, number 84, coming off the line of scrimmage, up the hash mark, works inside. He shoves right there and ricochets off. That's a very typical move. It's not called very often.
You think that the interest isn't up this year in the NFL? They sold 77,776 tickets today for this game here at the Silverdome. Everybody's following a team. And the Dallas Cowboys, I've got to say this, they're followed all over the country. 3rd down and 12. Not such a good call for the quarterback. White gets away, and he dumps it to number 34, Herschel Walker. The flags are down. I thought I saw a flag down, but let's see. Herschel Walker got the first down, I believe. He's a load to tackle at high speed.
I think he went out of bounds and then came back in the field to play. I'm not sure. Let's see what the ruling.
He would be an illegal receiver. Defensive holding. The play's going to hold. How did Danny White scramble? That was shades of Roger the Dodger style.
He was fortunate. He was fortunate he wasn't called in the grass. William Gay, number 79, had beaten Phil Posdick around the outside. Posderick, rather. And flushed him out there to the right.
When a team has you 17-0, you saw Darryl Rogers there, nothing goes right. It seems like, you know, it's one
You just
penalty after another, huh?
You just can't make mistakes against the Dallas Cowboys, any team for that matter. But when you make them against Dallas, you're in trouble.
Darryl Rogers went over and checked with Jack Fetty to say, what in the world was that? 1st and 10 Dallas as Danny White plays Houdini. High formation. Newsome and Dorsett on the misdirection. Dorsett breaking to the outside, gets to the 32-yard line with Herschel on his back.
This is the eye draw play, Tom, that Dorsett runs so well over the years. I bet you I've seen him run that thing 50 times against the Philadelphia Eagles. Take a look at that again now from the end zone. The quarterback will come back, reverse pivot, get the ball deeply. See the lead back, number 30, go through and get the linebacker. That's Newsome blocking on Herschel. There goes Dorsett into the backfield, into the open field, and he does such a great job in the open field. Take a look at it again from ground level. He's scooting right there. Angelo King, number 92, moving over. Herschel ends up making the play, number 58.
A 16-yard burst, 67 yards on 18 carries. We may get 11,000 yet. It's that 1st and down. 1st and 10, Newsome inside the 30. Let's go to New York for an NFL update with Brent Musburger.
Well, Brookie, here's the play that may have turned a game around. Buddy's old buddy, the Fridge, number 72, strips the ball from Byers, the rookie running back for the Eagles. Dan Hampton pounces on it. The Bears have scored moments ago. Walter Payton plunging in from the 1-yard line. Their first lead in the game. 7-3. They've just kicked the extra point. Let's go back to Detroit, and here's Tom Brookshire.
Okay, Brent, thank you. Boy, the Eagles playing the game of their lives against those Bears. Danny White now on 2nd down 8. Rolls out. Cosby almost makes a great catch. Defended well by McNorton. And Danny White was really shelled after he got that one off.
He did a good job of, again, under pressure. Did a nice job of throwing the ball accurately under that pressure situation. But Bruce McNorton did an equally fine job of playing pass defense on the big Cosby.
Now, most of the times when you have 2 interceptions, you come pretty close to losing that football game, don't you?
Tom, last year you throw 2 interceptions in the ball game, you lose 76% of the time.
Of course, in this case, the Cowboys have come up with some turnovers of their own to offset that factor.
That's right.
Huh? Danny White on 3rd down and 7. Can he get out of another tight situation? Detroit will be coming. He's being chased. The former San Diego Charger gets the sack. Keith Ferguson.
That's his 2nd sack in this very young season, playing defensive right end in the nickel defense, coming around hard to the outside. Coming around, he'll appear late. Here he comes around the left side of your screen, does a nice job of getting to the quarterback. I think it was Paz Derrick, again, number 75, that was having the problem.
Remember, Ferguson fought Tommy Kramer, the Minnesota quarterback, last week.
Yeah, he did.
Almost lost. Kramer fought pretty well. Mike Saxon having a very good day kicking. He'll be kicking from the Dallas 45. And Pete Manley waits.
Nice punt, Tom.
Nice high kick. Manley can't handle it. He's going to get away from it. Here goes the race. Oh, into the Detroit end zone. Good kick by Saxon. A 40-yard punt, but it'll come out to the 20. Detroit has the ball with 6 left in the 3rd quarter.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
This year, as in years past, the United States Auto Club conducted a nationwide study to determine which leading car rental company has the best conditioned cars. Hundreds of cars were tested. Over 36,000 individual items were inspected, from brakes to ashtrays. And for the 4th time, National Car Rental beat Hertz, Avis, and Budget, hands down. National Car Rental, #1 in car condition.
They say the best ones are the hard ones. These you don't break. You try to reach an agreement. And when you do, you head for the mountains. Bush. Head for the beer brewed natural as a mountain stream, for a taste as smooth as its name. Bush. Head for Bush beer. For the mountain.
Rollo, where's the package? I have no idea. And the Air Express Company has no idea either.
Hold it! If you'd used Federal Express, you wouldn't be having this problem. Come with me. Federal tracks your package with scanners from where it's picked up to where it's delivered. Giving you its exact status within 30 minutes or your money back.
Next time, send it Federal Express. Why fool around with anyone else?
I had no idea Federal did that. Absolutely no idea.
He's the great Irish Hope, but Lou Holtz and Notre Dame must first contain the explosive Lorenzo White. The Fighting Irish take on Michigan State next Saturday on CBS Sports.
You're looking at Keith Dorney, the 288-pounder from Penn State, the all-pro tackle, moved to guard. He's had 7 operations. He's had both shoulders worked on, the wrist and ankle twice operated on both hands. He's had ribs, toes. He had an orthopedic surgery done on his back, and he was mad because he couldn't play with an arthritic knee today. Flags were flying there as Keith Dorney got to his feet. And McCarter's crew, and they have been very busy.
You know, Tom, getting back to Keith Dorney, so many times people have the idea that the only reason they play football in this league is to make a living. But you could read in Dorney's face and how he felt yesterday that he was just upset he couldn't play, regardless of money.
Start, 75, offense.
Lomas Brown detected for rolling out of that stance. You're looking at Keith Dorney. He's what I call a throw forward. They say throwback, but I just think that Keith Dorney could have played whatever game it is at any time on this planet. He is a very intense, hard-working individual.
You know, people don't realize, you know, that guy was an academic All-American at Penn State in a fine, in a fine school.
And represents himself financially with the Detroit Lions front office, which is pretty good defense. First and 15 facing Ferguson and Detroit. Inside handoff. James Jones, who's been pretty quiet today, maybe makes a couple of yards to the 20. New Orleans, Jimmy Mora might get his first win today in the National Football League. Atlanta having trouble with St. Louis, but still on top. Giants must have stopped Fouts' aerial circus. That one's not over with yet. Cleveland now on top of Houston. Second down and 10. Joe Ferguson, the quarterback for Detroit. Across the middle, intercepted. Bill Bates knocks down his second pass.
That was not a real good read by Joe Ferguson. He should have not thrown that football because Bates was moving over to help on the pattern right off the bat. Not a good throw. Straight back pass. You don't throw the ball down the hole if you have safety help to the inside. The ball was tipped right there. There's the safety. Bill Bates dropping his second interception on the day.
He must have boxing gloves on or something. Let's look at his hands. Get a close-up of his hand.
Oh, he does have. Look at that one hand is all taped up. Good call.
He got a broken finger, remember, against the Giants. And that's taped up, and that's the reason those 2 passes have bounced off him. Detroit is 0 for 7 for third down pickups. Ferguson, the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Too tall Jones almost took the shoulder off.
He sits in there nicely, under duress, gets back there nicely. I can't understand why they're not using the shotgun now. I know it's part of their offense. He sits there. Now you're going to see Jeff Coates, 77, powering his way. Here comes Too Tall around the back door, puts him down. His arm definitely was moving forward.
And Ed Jones is having some good year on that defensive line. Mike Black now with his 7th punt, I believe, of the day. Detroit 5. Watches it roll. It's going to be down to about the inside the 30-yard line.
The fans are chanting, "We want Long." Their number 1 draft choice that was a late signee, number 16, Chuck Long, the number 1 pick.
A 52-yard punt, no return. I wonder if Chuck wants to go in.
I doubt
Dallas 17-0.
This is it. The biggest car buying news in decades. Chevrolet announces the big one. An unprecedented 2.9 annual percentage rate. GMAC's lowest finance rate ever, is now available on every new 86 Chevy car and most trucks. Or you can choose direct cash rebates up to $1,000 depending on model selected. 2.9%. News this big and a rate this low won't last. Hurry. This is the big one. There's never been a sale like it.
You are about to come face to face with something extraordinary. American Airlines Fall Super Savers. Incredibly low fares to over 90 cities in the continental United States. Discounts up to 75% and prices as low as $39 to $159. American Airlines Fall Super Savers. Call today because space is going fast.
We're American Airlines, something special in the air.
Just when things are easing down, trouble starts up. And when the dust and everything else is settled, you head for the mountains. Push. Head for the beer brewed natural as a mountain stream, for a taste as smooth as its name. Push. Head for Busch beer. Head for the mountains.
The Cowboys have unleashed their double-back attack. Herschel and Tony D, awesome together. Dallas hosts Atlanta. Doubleheader action begins with the NFL Today next Sunday on CBS Sports.
You're looking at Rob Rubik, the tight end, who was in the hospital. Dick, he's had a tough week.
In the hospital for 3 days. His team's having problems. Not as big a problem. He comes out of the hospital yesterday to go to practice, and someone stole his car out of the parking lot.
Out of the hospital lot?
Out of the hospital parking lot.
He's
Nothing
back.
sacred in Detroit.
I know, and he's back, obviously, a little bit better off from his infection, but he had to get a cab to get to practice. He was hot. Herschel Walker has caught 5 catches for 35 yards. The crowd is trying to get into this game. First and 10, Dallas. Dorsett. Dorsett will quiet the crowd out to the 34-yard line. That usually stops the waves and everything.
Watch the left tackle, number 71, Mark Tuyane, in this case. Block kicks out. The left guard is moving through. Titan Sword does a nice job. Gets a nice running lane there for Dorsett to make another 8-9-yard gain. I love that play.
Tuyane's in there for Posderic, isn't he?
Yes, playing left tackle now. He's been a defensive lineman part of this year as well. Out of the University of Hawaii, free agent in 1983.
Big Samoa now.
Yes, sir.
Second down 4. The crowd very loud here at the Silverdome. Inside play, bounced outside. Dorsett to the 40, first down. Let's go to New York City. Brent Musburger and the NFL Today.
Well, Brookie, the Eagles are hanging in there. Here is 3rd and 1, and Tomczak throws the ball out of the end zone. Ditka's was furious afterwards. The Bears settle for a Butler field goal, and right now they lead the Eagles 10-3, still in the 3rd. Back to Brookie and Dick.
What was supposed to be, Brent, a grudge match, but players don't have time for grudges. They usually just go out and tee it up and play as well as they can. The coaches and press talk about grudges.
Yeah, the media makes the most of it.
First and 10 pass, Danny White. He was rushed, but gets it to Cosby. Cosby with another first down.
Danny White was throwing that ball to Herschel Walker, number 34. Boy, that's luck. Cosby at tight end intercepts his own pass. That's hard to do.
He was tried for Herschel?
Yeah, watch at the bottom of your screen. Number 84 comes off inside release. Now he breaks to the outside. Now you'll see him right across in front. Takes that ball away from Herschel Walker for his own interception.
Good
Have you ever
D.
seen an offensive interception? Good pressure on Danny White. He did a good job of getting it away. Mr. Gay, number 79, Tom.
He comes late. That Tuyane better get on him and make sure he doesn't kill the quarterback. Danny White, straight drop back to the quick draw to Dorsett to the 47-yard line.
Boy, this is tough on a young guy like Mark Tuyane, number 71, to come in there and have to play on the guy that is the reason the other tackle's not playing. And he was the starter. William Gay has given him problems, and they had to take out Posderic for one reason or another. I don't think he was injured. But now you put the younger, inexperienced offensive lineman in there to solve the problem. That's a headache sometimes, Tom.
Second down and 7. Dorsett with 82 yards on 21 carries. White being rushed. Now he has time. And overthrows number 86, Sherrard, the rookie from UCLA who can really run.
Here's Mr. Sherrard. This guy goes from a walk-on in college at UCLA to a #1 draft choice. That should inspire any young high school athlete. He's also a very fine student. He was all Pac-10 academic-wise, as well as an All-American football player.
He's also the holding on Bobby Watkins, number 27. Sherrard, by the way, was also the fastest receiver in the draft this year, which must put him in the 4-3 category or a little bit.
Where he's somewhere around there. Nowadays, with these digital timers, they give you the 4.219.6, you know, rather than just 4.6, 4.5, 4.4 type thing.
You mean with the old sweep seconds? We didn't cheat on it, huh? First and 10. Ball's on the 43-yard line of Detroit. The lone back is Dorsett. The pass is over to Tony Hill. Hill is hung up at the 35 by McNorton. Looked like Hill looked over his shoulder and saw all the Lions coming out and decided this one's over.
Dallas is using their formations intelligently, Tom. That time they get in a loaded formation to the right side of their offense, forcing the defense to come over there. Then they throw just a little one-on-one quick out away from the strength of the defense.
Looks like Landry is very much involved. Now, don't forget, following this game, the Dallas-Detroit game, San Francisco against the Los Angeles Rams. Wow. Good afternoon here on CBS. Second down 3. Dorsett straight ahead. Looks like a first down from here.
They tried a little tackle trap that time, Tom, pulling Tuyane back to the inside to get a trap block. Didn't work. Good defense.
How good is Kerr going to be at right guard for Dallas? He looks like he might be a fixture for about the next 8 or 10 years out there.
From what I read, they say he's going to be a fine offensive guard. Here he was, an offensive tackle, a teammate of the offensive tackle 75 playing for Detroit Lions, Mr. Lomas Brown. But
he's 290 some odd pounds, right?
Bench presses 540 pounds. Can you believe that?
That's a Dallas record. That beats Randy White's over. He's strong. They're going to need him. It's third down and about a foot for Dallas.
You know, the other thing about him, he takes karate lessons. What's a guy that can bench press 540 pounds take karate lessons for, huh?
He doesn't want to open the door up with a knob, I guess. It's Dallas 17-0 over Detroit. Third and short.
Your attention, please. Only you.
Just because you've washed your car doesn't mean you're finished. After each wash, you need some Armor All. On the dash, the bumper, and especially the tires. After all, when you're in love, what's a few extra minutes? Armor All. It's the finishing touch every time you wash your car.
You know, I love everything about this car.
New Chevy Nova. It's a lot more than you'd expect for the price.
And I really like the way it's built.
95% of Chevy Nova owners would recommend their new Nova to a friend.
There's so much room. I thought you'd like it. And it doesn't cost much to keep it filled either.
New Nova.
It's a lot more than you'd expect for the price.
And now the big one. Get 2.9% financing or up to $1,000 cash rebates on new 86 Chevy cars.
Today's small cars are tougher than ever on oil. Their high-compression engines not only rev high, they can run hotter than regular small car engines. Their searing heat can begin to break down an oil immediately. That's why there's Castrol, the only leading motor oil that in every grade provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol before your engine does something to get you heated up. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Chris Dietrich, who started at left guard, but he had that bad knee all braced up, just couldn't do it, huh, today?
Yeah, and that might be one of the reasons they're not running the ball well, because both, as we said earlier, Tom, both starting guards, 290-pound players, are sitting on the bench.
Yeah, that's true. And the Dallas defense obviously is taking advantage of that, and they're tough to run against
anyway.
Yeah. 25 rushes for the Cowboys, 95 yards. Dorsett has 84. It's third and a foot. That's short yardage offense. Hit for a loss. 2 yards. 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 Herschel Walker. And that was Steve Bach.
Steve Bach has been working at offensive guard. That's how thin they are in the offensive line. He plays tight end in the short yardage offense. Here he is, and they consider him one of their best short yardage goal line defensive linemen, too, Tom.
Didn't they put him in and give him the ball one time on one of those William Refrigerator Perry plays this year? I heard he was in as a blocker.
They did something like, he was in as a blocker, I know, in the preseason games.
They didn't let him touch the ball. Next year he gets the ball. 4th down now and 4. And they're calling for Chuck Long, the quarterback, the next time the Lions have the offensive side. There he is.
He likes it. He's enjoying that, Tom. Yell louder, he's saying.
Might be a pleasant sound, but going out to face the Cowboys, your first shot in this league is a rude way to come in.
Well, as late as he reported to training camp, there would be no way he would be ready to play. His receiver, well, he was holding out, was his dad, and I don't believe his dad can run quite as well as these receivers.
That's true. Jack Mills, his agent, though, got together, of course, with Russ Thomas.
Yeah.
The Cowboys taking a 5-yard penalty just so the punter Saxon will have a little better shot at the corner. Extra room. Chuck Long is being called down. He might be getting ready to loosen up.
He'd say, Coach, you're kidding me, aren't you?
He's going to be a great quarterback. That's Manley waiting for this punt if he gets a chance to handle it. Saxon pooches it straight up in the air. Manley's going to have to let it go. Here goes the race. This time it takes a Detroit bounce, and the Lions will have it at the 21. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The score, Dallas 17, Detroit nothing. We now pause for a word from your local station.
This is CBS.
Only Texas Commerce offers the strength and experience of Texas Commerce bankers like Jerry Hoover, Richmond Sage.
Elliot Gerstenhaber builds projects that fit special market needs. Jerry understands our plans and provides the financing that we need.
Durr Minor, Del Oro.
We specialize in providing financial services for surgeons like Dr. Biggs. And that's why I've been banking with Texas Commerce since I've been in practice.
Texas Commerce banks and bankers working for your success.
This is Wile E. Coyote. He's been trying to catch that guy for years. What makes him think he can now? Ah, the Donnelly Directory. It's not the same old yellow pages. It's maps, guides, and coupons. It's a complete, colorful yellow pages that's better and easier to use. Won't he ever learn? Oh, no. Good thinking. The Donnelly Directory. That was close. The Donnelly Directory. It's a better yellow pages and much, much more.
Only an Audi is pure Audi. And now it's even easier to experience all the technical innovations, classic design, luxury, and performance an Audi has to offer. For a limited time, your local Audi dealer has a great incentive to make you an exceptional deal on any 1986 Audi. See your Audi dealer soon. Because while attractive deals on interest rates are nice, an attractive deal on an Audi is even nicer.
11 News, experience you can count on.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. By Mercedes-Benz, engineered like no other car in the world. And by Sears. Celebrate Sears' new century and enjoy all the ways we've changed and all the ways we haven't. The Dallas Cowboy offense in the 3rd quarter had 7 first downs. The Detroit offense had none.
Well, the Detroit offense only had 6 first downs in this first half, Tom, 2 of them by penalty.
Dallas has kept Detroit out of their territory except for 2 times in the first half. In their territory. Here's Ferguson running, throwing, and completing the pass to Lewis, the tight end. Ferguson is now 2 of 9, but keep in mind that number 12 had 3 dropped in a row the first series.
Look at this score, Tom, 10-10. Can you imagine? Buddy's still got him going.
Maybe it is a grudge fight. Good football this year. Attendance was up in preseason. Television Nielsen ratings were up in preseason, and it looks to me like really a great year of football. And we all have that Super Bowl here on CBS in Pasadena in January. Dallas Dallas thinks they might get there. 2nd down and 4. Ferguson is nailed by Jeffcoat at the 10-yard line. The play was an aborted play from the very start.
You're going to see cross backfield action as you watch the screen to the right side now. Here comes Jeffcoat, number 77. He's not fake. The running back, number 30, tries to pick him up. Can't do it. Another man comes after him. Here he is right on the quarterback. Good job by Jim Jeffcoat. That's his 2nd sack for the year.
He played for Darrell Rogers at Arizona State. That doesn't seem like that's nice to do to your old coach.
Yeah.
Randy White.
Look at Randy. Look at it. He's getting ready. I'm coming after you there, Mr. Quarterback.
He loves the 4th quarter of football. Everybody else is tired. 3rd down and 13. Ferguson sprinting to the left. Overthrowing everybody. Let's go to New York City and Brent Musburger. Brent?
Well, Brookie and Dick, here's the touchdown that did it for the Eagles. It was 3rd and 6 out of the shotgun. Jaworski hits quick, and after the McFadden extra point, they go to 10 with 13.5 minutes left in regulation. What a day for Buddy Ryan. Let's go back to Brookie and Dick.
Wow, Brent, they have just about the same time there at Soldier Field as we do here. 13.5. We're 13:43 left in this game. Black is back to punt from the end zone. As we said, the Lions have only been in Dallas territory twice the whole game. A bad punt.
I'll tell you something, that bad punt that he got early in the ball game, that time he stumbled, I think has shook him up a little bit.
It's like snap hooking your driver, you know, if the stroke is gone.
Yeah.
A 28-yard punt. Dallas 17-0.
Mercedes-Benz was building sports sedans before there was such a term as sports sedan. Experience pays. The Mercedes-Benz 190 class. The heart of a sports sedan. The soul of a Mercedes-Benz. The 190 class. Something more than a sports sedan. Nothing less than a Mercedes-Benz.
His father's an engineer. His father's in sales. His father's a doctor. So's his mother. The parents of these kids have very different jobs, goals, and needs. But no matter who they are or what they do, when Dean Witter helps them manage their investments, they're all treated the same way. They're treated special.
'Cause everybody is somebody, Dean Witter.
A member of the Sears Financial Network.
Give me a light. Bud Light.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Pitcher of light. Bud Light.
So if you want the less-filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light.
Ask them to bring out their best.
Bud Light.
Bud Light. Because everything else is just a light.
Not a grudge game, but certainly traditional. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish under Lou Holtz, and that Berline's a good-looking quarterback against Michigan State here on CBS at 2:30 Eastern Time. And if you haven't seen Lorenzo White run, make sure you do next Saturday right here on CBS. Dallas with good field position, 41.5-yard line. Danny White has been the leader. He has 2 interceptions, but he's in control, and Dorsett is certainly not hurt today. Play action pass. Newsome cracks to the 34-yard line, puts his head down.
Boy, 76, Eric Williams, the nose guard, is really playing hard, Tom. He was the second man to make the hit on that pass reception out here on the sideline. Very intense play by Eric Williams, number 76.
You know, I was in Dallas to do those interviews, then I went over to Roswell, my old hometown, and played in a hospital golf fund. General Childress there at the Institute, and Charlie Reed, and we raised $200,000 in Roswell for the hospital in my hometown.
In one golf tournament?
As badly as I play golf, but that was a great charity. It's fun to go back home again. Second down and 3. Facing the Cowboys. Uh-oh, Dorsett breaks it. Tony Dorsett. Touchdown. Bobby Watkins grabbed the shoulder pads, and Tony Dorsett took him for a ride. And listen, I don't care what you've ever heard, there are not many greater running backs in the history of this league than Tony Dorsett that I've ever seen.
Phil Posderick, the offensive left tackle there, to the right side of your screen. See him step around there. He's blocking on Herschel, 58, kicks out, gets a nice block from Rafferty, 64. Now it's this innate running of speed and ability that gets him in the end zone for the nice long run and touchdown.
81st touchdown for number 33, a 34-yard burst.
In his career, Tom, he scored a touchdown every 27th carry in his career. That's very good.
October the 20th of last year, he had 100 in Philadelphia. This is the first time he's ever had 100 against Detroit. And what are the numbers when he gets 100 rushing?
Well, the Dallas Cowboys with Dorsett at 100 yards are 41 wins and 3 losses. It could be 42 wins today. But that's not unusual, Tom. The last 3 years in the National Football League, 70% of the teams that had a running back that ran for 100 yards or more won that football game.
The main thing is the clock is running and the other team doesn't have their offense on the field while you're getting the ground yardage, huh?
That's right.
Tony Dorsett.
They didn't give him the touchdown, Tom. They put it on the 1-foot line.
You've got to be kidding.
You know, personally, from looking at that from here, it looked like he bounced his way into the end zone, and I was surprised that they signaled touchdown. I wonder if that was called recalled from the press box here with the instant replay.
A little bit of time elapsed, didn't it, before
yes,
Gordon McCarter made the announcement. I'm not even sure the crowd here like that.
The referee is calling for the quarterback. Tom had him on the sideline. Here it is. Let's take a look, Tom. Let's see if he scored. He breaks into the open. Now the safety's going to come over and try to make the play. That's Bobby Watkins, the corner, number 27. He gets him there. Let's see if he's down. Oh, he's definitely down. Well, I didn't say definitely. I would say definitely.
That ball was over the line. Ball. Randy Logan, your old defensive back, is here, and he thought it was good, too.
Well, Randy would have said, hey, I'd have planted him on the 2s.
Short yardage. Danny White gets the touchdown. Now the hands are up. Well, if that wasn't a touchdown, I never had anybody run over me in this league when I played with the Eagles.
What was that again, Tom?
I had a few run over me is what I was trying to say. 12-17 left in the fourth quarter.
Good old quarterback sneak. Jumped up over the top. Here he goes. Breaks the plane in the end zone. Touchdown.
That was closer than the one Dorsett almost scored on.
Look at it. He's feeling good. Look at that.
He should be. He's taking control. As we said, he is very composed.
This guy has an exceptionally good career going for him. And you know, he lives in the shadow of Roger Staubach back there.
Well,
and he really hadn't won the Super Bowl with him.
And he loves Roger a lot. But, you know, Roger is a great legend. And this young man has done everything but win the ultimate game. And that may happen one of these days. They did use the instant replay, we're told, to decide whether Dorsett's run had broken the plane of the goal line. And the machine upstairs said no. Tony Dorsett told me that he never had any feelings about Herschel personally at all, but he did sort of step out of line and give Tex a joke by saying he wanted, you know, the money thing.
Yeah.
I guess Garrison said that when they probably signed Dorsett.
Yeah, because I guarantee you that, well, I can't guarantee you, but I would believe that he probably came into the league making more money than somebody who was carrying the ball for a long time at Dallas. But the one thing that was, I thought, really pertinent to the conversation last night that we had with Herschel was that he and Dorsett are buddies.
Yeah, they are.
You know, he said that already, but they're buddies, and Dorsett has really helped him. I keep wanting to go all the way back to say Dorsett.
Well, you know, I remember when Landry didn't start him until like the third game of the season, and he was putting him in like in the second quarter, and Preston Pearson was doing really the ground gaining, and they didn't know if he was going to be a starter. And the first day they started him, he blew the doors off the Giants, I believe it was, and it's been running ever since. Smooth motor there.
1977, wasn't it?
77. Septien's kickoff, not too deep. This is going to be Land at the 10. Good tackle at the 33-yard line. Number 26, Michael Downs, kept number 80 from getting to the sideline.
I'll tell you, Michael Downs is one of those free agents. There's 3 free agents in the Dallas Cowboys secondary, Tom. That is just amazing. It just shows you how efficient that they are in the drafting procedures and the evaluation of talent. Everson Walls, 24, Bill Bates, 40, Michael Downs, 26. And you know, Tom, well, I'll get to this after the play.
Because Thurman's gone and Clink Scale didn't come back. That's a new secondary back there. Ferguson is 2 of 10. Inside handoff. James Jones. Boy, he kept running that time out over the 40-yard line, carrying people with him.
Tom, I was talking to you about the free agents. You know, last year at the end of the season in 1985, there were 18 active free agents in the league that had played in at least 1 Pro Bowl.
18 in the Pro Bowl?
Yeah. Here's 2 of them right here. They've both been in the Pro Bowl. So has Downs been in the Pro Bowl yet?
Bates went, yeah. And Downs. Bates went as a hatchet man. Yeah. Jones has 32 yards, and he's going to add to it. Jones to the 46. He looks like he wants to put some numbers up. Bates made the tackle there.
You know, what's hurt Detroit a lot is the delayed action type passing they've used on first down, Tom. They're getting too much penetration from the Dallas pass rush, and it's hard to throw that kind of stuff. And coaching against him as a head coach for 7 years, I didn't spend much time throwing delayed type stuff against the Dallas type rush because it was just not successful.
And you know, you get behind Dallas too, that first fumble and then Dorsett's touchdown. And you know, Detroit was looking down the gun barrel from the first quarter on. Ferguson has been in there in the second half, but to no avail. Misdirection, fumbled by Jones. I believe Dallas has it. Let's see.
Yes, they got it.
Jones is a sure-handed ball carrier, and it bounced off his thigh guards, it looked like. And Jesse Penn recovered it.
I don't think the ball was ever seated firmly. Now watch the fullback to the right side of your screen as he steps to his left. You can see right there now it goes in there. The ball was actually not placed firmly for one reason or another. A second quarterback working with a first fullback, maybe not enough practice repetition.
And Jones might have been looking to see if Randy White and Jeff Coat were blocked or if they were.
Good point, Coach.
Boy, they could get your attention on that side. You got Ed and Dutton on the other side.
You turn the ball over, you lose. That's all there is to it in this game.
Right in the middle of this beautiful Silver Dome here in Pontiac, Michigan. That's where Dallas has the ball. Herschel Walker's first carry. I believe that's his second carry of the day. Straight ahead. He does not have a lot of movement to either side.
Just straight up the field is tremendous.
Tremendous speed, and I watched him get on the scales at 216 the other day. And he is cut from a certain mold that you'll never see again, maybe. He's the fastest big man that's ever been in this game. 9-1 for the 100-yard dash. That's a turbo. Second down 4. He picked up 6 on that, and it looked like he only made a yard. Intended for Newsome. I believe Jimmy Williams got a hand on it.
Again, a delayed action backfield. Pulling the lineman. Here comes Titanser, number 63, to get the block. Gets it out. He's trying to lay it up over there, and there's Jimmy Williams reaching with his right hand and batting the ball out of the line of flight of the receiver.
Am I wrong, or are the Cowboys a pretty intelligent, smart football team?
Well, they are. They always have been. This is not unique today. I mean, they always have been. Their disadvantage sometimes is they lose their mental concentration and take somebody lightly and then get beat.
Well, they look aggressive and sharp to me. White is 20 of 31. The blitz is on. Herschel Walker runs the draw. Look out, folks. Inside the 10-yard line in a hurry. Bobby Watkins and other people tried to head him off.
I believe this was an audible. I think Danny White saw the red dog coming, and he audible. Now watch the trap blocking occur up in front. Left guard pulling and trapping. There's a nice hole. Look at that hole, Tom. He's up there. Now watch him sink his level of gravity right there. Sink his hips, get down and give him a little shake and break. Devon Mitchell, number 31, the free safety, just found out that he is a rookie. Here he goes. Bobby Watkins, the corner, coming over, number 27, to make the play.
He runs like the Amtrak. That's a 34-yarder.
Did you see him sink those hips and then give him a little shake and break?
I sure did.
Just like you.
Same move. And it's just beginning. First and goal from the 9. They jumped but got back. Herschel pulled down from behind by Angelo King. Is he tough?
I guess he is. I mean, he's carried the ball as many times as he's carried it. You know, in the USFL, he carried it for college, 5,259 yards. Then in the USFL, look what he did. Yeah, he's tough.
Well, but USFL, you know, it's not like tag in the park, but it's not like the National Football League.
No, it's not. It's not. Though I asked Herschel that question, and he said he didn't notice any difference.
He wouldn't. Second down and goal. The ball's at the 7. They shift to the I. Newsome's the fullback. And Herschel's the tailback. Now the crowd here at the Silverdome is applauding this because he's playing with a different ball.
If I were a Dallas Cowboy, I'd want to walk off the field with that guy too. Here he is, getting the ball deep in the backfield, gets a kick-out block from his fullback, gets his pads down, gets through there, ricochets off one tackler, James Herschel, number 58. You have to hit that man straight on and get some help, or he's not going to go down. The only place he ends up is in the end zone.
And he backs up quickly too. He spun around and made it. Pallur is holding, Septien is kicking, and the crowd is buzzing. Trying to think of a better 5th-round draft choice in the history of this game.
That's for sure. Here we are taking another look at it. You can see 58 now. James Herschel moving over to make the play as a linebacker. Thinks he's going to tackle just any running back. Normal running back. There he goes. Herschel ducks underneath him, runs over the top of the free safety into the end zone. Touchdown. Oh, I'm glad I don't have to tackle him.
Line up for the extra point when he carries it.
Long years of development have created the Mercedes-Benz 300E. It moves from 0 to 55 in a stunning 7.5 seconds. It moves performance sedan engineering into a new dimension. And it returns to 0 with computerized ABS anti-lock brakes. The 300E sedan.
I've tried it. Now I believe it. Denorex Tingles tells me it's doing more. Head and Shoulders, no tingle.
Both have dandruff medicine, but Denorex adds both an extra anti-itch medicine and conditioner, too.
Goodbye, Head and Shoulders. Hello, Denorex.
In North Carolina, Honda lawnmowers are assembled from the wheels up. Then the final critical step, the Clara Johnson test. If Clara pulls and it starts, it's a Honda.
Ship it.
Watch this. I talk, and my words appear on the screen. This is an experimental IBM computer system. It recognizes thousands of words, even words that sound the same. Please write to Mrs. Wright right now. Another innovation from IBM and the most advanced voice recognition system of its kind, period.
He's the great Irish hope, but Lou Holtz and Notre Dame must first contain the explosive Lorenzo White. The Fighting Irish take on Michigan State next Saturday on CBS Sports.
A lot of people were speculating about Herschel and Tony Dorsett being on the same team, and I talked to Herschel earlier in the week, and I found him charming. We'll get to that after this kick because he was one of the real easy interviews I ever did. Okay, we're going to run back the kickoff. There's Herman Hunter at the 2. Hunter straight ahead gets on an opening and out to the 35-yard line. Herman Hunter just back off the waiver sheets has a good run back. Michael Downs made the tackle. Last time the Cowboys scored a shutout was regular season game was 1978. They shut Baltimore out 38-0. Wow.
It's tough to shut anybody out in the National Football League.
In the later, I think they shut out Tampa Bay or somebody, didn't they? In the strike year of 82,
that was.
Ferguson handing off to James. James has speed, gets the corner, and is knocked out at the 45-yard line of Dallas.
Good speed by Gary James. You're going to see the ball handed off deep into the backfield. James Jones, number 30, leading, gets a nice block right there, kicks out. The defense is sealed off inside. Now he's just using his speed to get out there, and the corner has to make the play. And now Victor Scott, number 22, coming over making his first tackle of the year, just coming off injury.
That's the third time the Lions have been in Dallas territory this afternoon, and James got it with a good run. Reverse handoff. Jones gets to the 42-yard line. I couldn't remember James Jones's name when Billy Sims came in because they've got Gary James and James Jones. They call them the James brothers, you know, and they're going to be really a good duo there to run in that backfield. They're going to be really good
speed and
rushers. Power. Yeah.
Then you got a guy like Herschel Walker, and he's got both in the same body. You know?
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Detroit Lions and the National Football League is prohibited. Second down and 7. Jones straight ahead. Let's go to NFL Today in New York and an update with Brent Musburger. Brent?
Well, Brookie, the Eagles have done it again. The Bears go to the halfback pass. It is Walter Payton toward Galt in the end zone, and Waters with his second interception. And now the Eagles on the move with the game tied at 10 midway through the fourth quarter. Let's go back to Brookie and Dick Vermeil.
All right, Brent, do you realize that the Eagles have never won a football game in Chicago in the history of the Philadelphia franchise? They certainly didn't when I played.
No, I can understand that.
Soldier Field, Chicago. Third down and 4. That explains some of it, right? Ferguson across the middle has it taken by Chadwick. First down. Sticks will be moved on this one.
Tom Landry really isn't concerned, I think, about the shutout here. He has a number of number 2 players, backup players, playing in the defense right now. Chadwick took a nice little shot there, didn't he?
Dallas loosening up a little bit, not quite as intense or ferocious as they were for 3 quarters.
Well, they're bound to relax a little bit, but I noticed that Tutal's out of the ball game now.
Little rest there. That's
Johnny Holloway is in at right corner. Vince Albrecht's in at strong safety. Pluger's in at left defensive end.
Hand off to Gary James. The LSU wingback comes back. He makes White miss it. A circuitous route, but very effective. He's got 4.3, 5.40 speed.
He was the second fastest man in the draft. Now you're going to see the ball start to the right. There he is. He gets turned upfield nicely. Now he's going to turn back. He's coming back. He picks up a block from a quarterback. Now watch Joe Ferguson's block right there. That's what you call a low chop block that didn't end up getting the man chopped. Good effort by the quarterback. Good run. A 15-yard gain.
And Randy White and those guys are saying, will you tell him to stop doing that?
I'm tired.
That tires out those big defensive linemen. James has 41 yards on 6 carries. Good drive here by Detroit. Oh, still on his feet. Inside the 15 goes James Jones. And that was helmet to helmet.
Mr. Jones, big, strong guy. Going to run right straight ahead, right behind Lomas's block, number 75, Lomas Brown. The linebackers come in fill. Eugene Lockhart, number 56, does a good job, but still doesn't knock him down. Then comes number 27. In this case, Ron Fellows making the play.
I wonder if Herschel will turn on other runners that are on the same field that day to show that they're great runners, too.
Yeah, I can believe that'll happen.
Second down and 7. James. Not much, maybe a half yard. Gene Lockhart coming over. Lockhart, by the way, is only the 4th middle linebacker. the Dallas Cowboys have ever had.
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
There's
well,
Tubbs,
their first
Leroy
one sitting up
Jordan.
in the booth here. Jerry Tubbs, the
That's right.
linebacker coach.
Leroy Jordan, then Bob Bruni.
Yeah.
And now,
there goes Mr. Lockhart out. Who will they put inside? Jesse Penn? Yes, I think
bring Charlie Waters and back out of retirement, put him in there, huh? remember when you used to go up against Harris and Waters in that secondary?
Oh, yeah, they were tough. They were tough. They weren't against giving you a chop down the field every once in a while behind side the edge.
That's what they said about you. You were tough.
No, not really.
3rd down and 8. Ferguson with a quick drop back. Complete. That's Thompson. Leonard Thompson inside the 5 to the 2. Jesse Penn holding on there.
Here's the old man on the Detroit Lion football team. He's been in the league. He's 34 years old. Coming off to the right side of your screen, working one-on-one, just a quick out. They're laying off him, giving him plenty of room to operate. Now he gets upfield. Didn't practice all week. He was sick with the flu.
He's having a little trouble with the coach, but not a lot.
You can't believe the scars on this guy's body. You know, I guess when you've been a receiver as many years as he's been in the National Football League, that your body ends up with, but he's got marks all over him.
The trouble he's having is that the coach says he plays so darn well on Sundays, but he doesn't practice worth a darn. 1st and goal after a Leonard Thompson reception. James to the outside. James does not get into the end zone, I don't believe. Number 56 came across and swept in there. Lockhart. The safety men were there. And an official has been hurt. And this is serious. No fooling around, folks.
I think he was knocked out, Tom. You hit that AstroTurf in the back of your head. That's Jack Betty.
He's had a tough toss today.
He just wants his glasses. He wants to see who hit him.
He's had a tough time today making linebacker calls on unsportsmanlike and what have you.
Here it is. He's going out of bounds, and Jack is backpedaling, and he gets knocked over backwards. And you can see Jack's been in this league for a long time, and I'm sure he's taken a shot or two.
Well, that's got to be one of the top shots.
Here's another one. Here he is, number 39, the official on the left corner of your screen. He can't quite get out of the way quick enough. Bloop. Got it.
Good news is he did not hurt himself seriously, and he missed the equipment on the sidelines, and they're getting him time to clear his head. And you know, they have to be very active and in pretty good shape. I know that you probably don't believe that, but to be able to move around the way they do for 60 minutes, you've got to be in pretty good condition. Jack Betty is all right. It's 3:06 left. The shutout the Cowboys had is in a lot of trouble right now. 2nd down goal. Ooh. He got it with the second line. Let's see. They're going to give it a touchdown as Jones went over the top and Biasi met him right over the top.
Oh, my gosh. Now you watch this young linebacker, 55, come right over the top and meet the fullback in midair. The fullback ended up winning the battle, James Jones, number 30. Now look at him, hit him right up there in the air and really gave him a shot and couldn't regroup himself, and then touchdown. That Diassi.
And Diassi weighs 249. He's the biggest linebacker on the field, but I'll tell you, Jones did a hang job. That was tough.
You know, and he has that linebacker personality. You know what his hobby is?
What's a linebacker
hang
personality?
gliding.
All right.
Reckless type guy. You know?
That explains it. Eddie Murray's extra point is good. Hang gliding by a 250-pound linebacker. That I've got to see. 31-7 Dallas.
Giving that extra effort makes winners. Be all you can be. Sponsored by the U.S. Army. One of pro football's most feared defenders is number 48 Wes Hopkins of the Philadelphia Eagles. Self-sacrifice, especially when it comes to hitting, and all-out hustle are the trademarks of the fourth-year free safety. Through hard work and extra effort, Wes Hopkins has quickly risen from obscurity to perennial all-pro status, proving that he is indeed the best he can be.
A Ranger never takes the easy way out.
You're reaching deep inside.
for things you've never known.
Go! That's why getting into the Rangers is tough, and the training is tough.
All that you can be.
So it makes me feel like I'm part of something really special.
All that you can be.
And I'm not the only one.
Find your future in the Army.
Well, David Archer is next for the Dallas Cowboys. He has Atlanta well on its way to 2-0, and that will feature our attraction in the opening game of our doubleheader next Sunday. And St. Louis will be taking on Buffalo. Jim Kelly has been sensational in rallying the Bills today against the Cincinnati Bengals. Our doubleheader game, the Giants go out to the West Coast to take on the Los Angeles Raiders. New Orleans will be in San Francisco, and the Washington Redskins, who are in the process of beating the Raiders, inside of 2 minutes, they lead at 10-6. They'll be out in San Diego. And still to come this afternoon, the 49ers and the Rams from Anaheim. Some of you will also see Minnesota against Tampa Bay. So now, let's send you back to Detroit, and here's Tom Brookshire. Tommy?
Okay, Brent. Brent, thank you very much. Boy, Atlanta, Dallas.
Marion Campbell's done a heck of a job with that Atlanta defense. Remember last year, they couldn't stop anybody, and they, going into this ball game, I think they had given up 176 total yards in that league opener.
And they're going to go into Texas Stadium, where the Cowboys will be flying back to in Big D, Irvine, Texas. Levette is waiting, but the ball's out of bounds. Septien will have, or Murray will, pardon me, will have to kick it from the 30-yard line. Second half of this doubleheader on CBS today. San Francisco and the Los Angeles Rams.
You know, Tom, these two teams do better playing on the road against each other. What I mean is the Rams win on the road. The 49ers win on the road. They can't win at home in this series.
Well, 49ers play pretty well everywhere, don't they?
Yeah, but when the Rams have won recently, it's been on the road against the 49ers.
And that division has 3 grass stadiums, don't they? Atlanta, Candlestick Park, and Anaheim.
Yeah, Anaheim. I was fortunate when I worked at the Rams. Preseason games in 4 seasons of coaching against them, never lost to the 49ers. Now, it wasn't because of my influence, but we were just lucky.
Well, it must
at
have
that
had
time.
something to do with it.
8 regular season wins in a row, and we played them 4 years in a row in preseason, so we had 12 wins.
Giants are handling San Diego. That's a little bit of a shock, don't you think?
It is a shock, yeah.
Rather easily, 20-7 at this point.
Kicking from the 30.
Not many points for San Diego.
Here's one of the great kickers, Tom. This guy might be one of the 3 best kickers in football.
Eddie Murray. From the 10-yard line. Levette gets outside and steps out of bounds. Jack Fetty marks it at the 27.5-yard line.
Scott Pelleur is coming in at quarterback, number 16. 5th-round draft choice in 1984 in his 3rd year from the University of Washington.
You like the way he throws it?
I do. Steve Pelleur.
He came in preseason, made a couple of good completions in the tough games, and they think that he has matured enough. And, of course, this is a great opportunity for him to get some experience.
He was 10 for 17, I think, in the preseason this year.
Reggie Collier, the number 3 quarterback, is out as a wide receiver because he has 4.4 speed for the 40. Talent on this Dallas squad. Inside move, number 42. That's Darryl Clack. Arizona State rookie.
He's the only running back that's ever run for 1,000 yards coached by Darryl Rogers. Now, that's not a slant or a poke at Darryl Rogers, but Darryl is, you know, has been a coach that's run and pass equally and never emphasized just any one phase, but that guy's the only guy that's ever done it.
Went to the USL for a while, played well over there. He's a good player. You just can't get any playing time when you've got people like Dorsett. You've got people like Herschel Walker. I don't think he was in the USFL, was he?
No,
out of Arizona
no, he
State?
came right out. Number 2 pick, Tom.
That's right. Well, I
yeah.
stand correct. 2nd down. And 8 to go. Rogers, there's Wayne Fonts, the defensive coordinator, sending in Demetrius Johnson.
What he did do, though, is most 2nd and 1st round draft picks, he reported late to training camp that really hurt him. Now, there's defensive line coach in the blue shirt, Rex Norris. That's Wayne Fonts, the defensive coordinator closest to you on the screen, and Darrell Rogers in the middle. Now, what do you talk about in this situation?
Well, I don't know. And you really have to find something.
You think maybe to discuss where are we going to meet for dinner, guys,
well, I
and
don't know.
discuss this nightmare?
Tampa Bay, of course, comes in here to the Silverdome next week. And last year, the Lions were they weren't unbeatable, but they were unbearable here at home.
Yeah, they were really tough.
Beat everybody but Chicago here. That was really a playoff team they played. See Atlanta handling St. Louis.
You know, Eric Hipple started the ball game. He's not playing the second half, but you know that he was 19 wins and 4 losses in his career starting in the Silverdome. So that speaks for how well the Cowboys have played today. I don't think he's been benched permanently. I think they just made a change to see if they couldn't regain some momentum here in the second half.
Total yards, Dallas with 350. And, of course, Hipple and Ferguson's Detroit offense with 182. It's not a complete domination, but
close to it,
yeah,
Coach.
Very
close to it.
Very close.
Look at these guys. They're going to have a nice plane ride home. When you travel, it's bad enough, but when you fly home on a losing airplane, it's like you're going around the world.
What do the Cowboys get on their flights back to Texas? Do they get enchiladas and tacos, or do they get big burgers like the other teams do?
I'm not sure. Some people get big burgers. We used to always have a full-course meal. And some guys, though, would rather have a big burger.
Live barbecue, eh?
Yeah.
Ed Too Tall Jones took a year out for boxing and came back and found the Cowboy football is what he wanted to do. What a great career he's had. 2nd down and 8.
Reggie Collier's at wide receiver.
Inside move by Herschel Walker. If I was playing defense now, I would like to tackle Herschel to say that I've tackled him. You know what I mean?
I have hit the $1 million man.
That's right. That's right.
Then ask him where he banks.
The wallet doesn't slow him down much. It's 31-7 Dallas.
The Mercedes-Benz Driving Simulator, a laboratory that moves. Computerized hydraulics producing realistic driving forces. Computerized projectors creating a lifelike driving world. Allowing engineers to analyze the responses of ordinary drivers in extraordinary moments. Duplicating any driving situation in total safety. Mercedes-Benz continues to learn the secrets of automotive science. And the automotive world continues to learn from Mercedes-Benz.
Out here, a thunderstorm rolls in fast, sometimes too fast. And when they're taken care of, it's your turn. Bush. Head for the beer brewed natural as a mountain stream, for a taste as smooth as its name. Bush. Head for Bush. Head for the mountains.
This is it. The moment they find out if their car's got what it takes. They've done everything they could. Which is why 2 out of 3 Indy 500 drivers rely on STP oil treatment. Because when it comes right down to it, STP adds extra lubrication to reduce engine wear in whatever you drive.
STP is the racer's edge.
Dallas will go 2-0, and the big win, of course, that had to make them feel good was when they whipped the New York Giants, and Dorsett was limping on the sidelines, and Herschel helped them do that. And now the team has beaten Detroit, a team that had rushed for a lot of yardage against Minnesota. So you can see Hegman and Tony Dorsett discussing a good week, personal appearances and practices in Dallas.
Oh, Chuck Lung's warming up. Number 16, the #1 pick.
He's getting himself in shape after reporting late, but I didn't see a helmet on him. Hope he doesn't forget it. 3rd down and 3, shotgun. Pelor from the shotgun, completes. Black gets into Detroit territory to the 46-yard line.
Nice play. You know, I wonder if they would have drafted Roger Clack if they knew they were going to get Herschel Walker. Darrell Clack, rather. Excuse me, Roger Clack. I wonder if they'd have done that. Huh?
You know,
they have a lot of backs now.
And the Cowboys have been, Schramm has been so good at getting futures. Roger Staubach was a future. Bob Hayes was a future. Herschel Walker, that's 3 pretty good people you're naming right there. So
Reggie Collier. Reggie Collier was a guy there.
He might be a great receiver. The #3 quarterback is quite an athlete. New Orleans has won their first game. 24-10 over Green Bay. High formation. Inside handoff to Clack. Boy, finds the hole, gets inside the 40. Clack wants to show that he is also a very fine running back.
Well, you know, he made a lot of yards. You start looking at what he did in college.
Atlanta winning. The New York Giants have finished off San Diego, we're told.
2,671 yards in his career. A 5.2 yard per carry average in college.
All right, here's a question. You know who the leading rusher per average attempt is for the Dallas Cowboys in their history?
Roger Staubach.
Oh, they told you. Roger Staubach.
Quarterbacks are, if they're mobile, they normally are that average per carry.
He was the most mobile I ever saw. I didn't think you'd get that one. Inside dancing run by Clack.
Tackle trap. Mark Touyanate pulled across the formation, Tom, and trap blocked the defensive end, allowing that room up inside.
Landry has the headset off. Says, tell Alicia we're on our way back with a big win here on the road where nobody won, or not many people did last year. Tony Dorsett is not limping as he walks off, and he bounced on to start this game, even with his bad ankle. For Dick Vermeil, this is Tom Brookshire saying so long from the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. The final score, 31-7 Dallas. Next, it's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los